Hey guys, good afternoon. I'm here. I'm going to be starting here in a couple minutes, though. That way I can give you guys some time to get ready. I see Molly's here and Olga's here. I got a pretty good topic today. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. But just like always, I'm just running behind. I have all this stuff I thought I had ready, and I don't. And I don't know if I'm going to have a guest today or not. I'm talking to somebody who might join, but maybe not. So if they do, I will let you guys know. Um, Esteban is fishing with his kids. Um, he said he wanted to be here, but I'll let him know that you guys are thinking about him. So I think he does pretty good. You know, he might we might get him to make his own channel. Yeah, it's a really nice day too in Anchorage. It's sunny, so even though it's like 60 degrees outside, it actually feels warm. And there's no wind, so it'll get cold if it's cloudy and windy. It's cold outside, even if it's like 65 degrees. There's my camera. Hey, Maribel. Hey, Carrie. You guys having a good weekend so far? Hey, Gerald. So I was actually thinking about, you know, using my true crime trivia to make like some kind of PowerPoint so I can use it during the live streams. But it's actually a lot harder than you'd think. Um, but I do have most of them like actually listed now, so I can see which ones I've done before, and I don't really mind repeating the same topic, like the same person, but I try to keep it like not the same exact question. It's just really hard to keep track of them is the best way I can describe it. But let me see here. I could show you guys my screen. You can look and see how much trivia you guys have done over the last several months. I wish I had thought of this whenever I first started doing the trivia, but I didn't think of it. And it's really hard to go back and copy everything. But can you guys see this? This is all the true crime stuff that we've covered in the trivia questions. There is 121 pages. I get it. The font's big and stuff. I mean, there's 280 some questions here. I feel like that's an accomplishment. I was going to set it up so that I could have like a table of contents, but then I've got stuff like these big fact or fiction ones, and it kind of ruins the whole thing. So I got to figure out how to title these so I could at least tell what the topic is from the number. But let's do one of these here. Let me see. Well, let's go back to the beginning. My first trivia question. I'm going to post this in the... Try not to look at the answers. I don't know how clearly you guys could see that anyway, but which serial killer was known as the co-ed killer and was infamous for murdering young females in California in the 70s? I can write down here, I'll give you the possible answers, and then you guys can guess. Oh, Carrie, you should know this one. I've got a video on this guy. A couple of them, actually. Yeah. It's okay, though. It's hard to remember. It's really hard to remember this kind of stuff. Even when I do the research and, there's just so many things out there that have happened that are so similar. It really is hard to differentiate between them. And I think the easier ones are the ones that are always talked about, like Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, the Golden State Killer. Those guys people know because they've been in the news a lot. There's been a lot of research on those guys. They've had interviews and, case studies done on them and things. And their crimes are horrific and they're terrifying. And they've given me nightmares a couple times. But I think the scarier stuff is the unknown things. The other ones that I look up. I've been trying to make shorts out of them, and I'm starting to realize that a lot of these cases are they're not in the news because they're so horrific. Like, just hearing the description of what happened is traumatizing. It's really disturbing. And I know I just did that one on the Canadian guy. That one is kind of giving me nightmares, and I haven't even done a whole lot of research on him yet. But yeah, it is Edmund Kemper. He was the co-ed killer. His mother was a professor at the university, and she got him a campus parking pass. And at the time, these people were disappearing because everybody was hitchhiking back in the 70s. They thought it was fun and easy way to get from one place to the other. And it technically, it should be, you know. But in what had happened was Edmund, he decided that he was going to start killing people. And then it started to become a pattern, and it was in the news. And so the people at the colleges made some kind of news report saying that, hey, you know, it's not safe to hitchhike. Don't hitchhike. And then they started saying stuff like, well, if you got to hitchhike, make sure you see this little sticker in the window, and then it's safe. But the thing was, it wasn't safe because Edmund Kemper had that sticker. Before he killed, you know, strangers, he killed both his grandparents, and he spent a long time in a psych hospital. And when he left, the doctors were all like proud of him, how well he had like adjusted, and you know how, because he was very vocal about how he felt and why he felt things, and you know he could identify all the things that the doctors wanted to hear, and he got out, he got released. They told him not to live with his mother, but he did anyway, and that was a bad decision on his part, because you know the animosity between those two kind of probably made all of this stuff happen. And then he ended up killing his mother and her best friend also. It's a really horrific story, and the guy is just super creepy. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about Amber Frey and Nichol Kessinger. You know, they both have been in the same situation, sort of, you know, at least on the surface. I know many of you believe that Nichol Kessinger was actually involved. I get that. But for the sake of argument, you know, let's just say the police cleared her. So we'll just say that, you know, she wasn't actually involved in any of the crime. But what happened after the crime happened, and it was in the news, you know, the way she responded was completely different than the way Amber Frey responded. And people call Amber Frey, you know, brave, heroic, because she didn't just go to the police. She offered to wear a wire. And I think the first thing, well, first of all, I guess let's get started here. I just want to say hello to everyone. Hey, Jen. Hey, Maribel. Hey, Olga. Hey, Gerald. Hey, Jason. I'm glad you guys are all here today. I got started a little bit late, but that's okay. I think this is a good time, right? Oh, geez. I know I combed my hair. I think it's time I get a haircut again. Hey, Esteban. Hey, are you fishing? Have you caught anything yet? These guys were asking about you. Yeah. Oh, let me take this down. Oh, yeah. Where was I? So, yeah. Welcome back to another deep dive investigation. Before we get into today's discussion, make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button, letting your friends know, hey, come check this out. It's going to be fun. The good thing about the live streams is, that I get to interact with you guys and talk about these things. And, I don't always just, feel like I'm spitting out facts. I'm learning things too from you guys, and it just makes it really fun. Esteban says, hello, everyone. He's actually going fishing right now. It's a really nice day outside, too. Today, we're going to be examining two women who found themselves at the center of America's most shocking family murders. But their responses couldn't have been more different. One became essentially a hero who helped convict a killer. The other, well, let's just say the evidence suggests something much darker. What we know for sure is that she's hiding. If you're watching right now, go ahead and click the like button again. Hit it as many times as you possibly can. The more YouTube knows you guys are watching and interacting with this live stream, the more people it'll get shown to. And then, I think the more people we have here, the better the discussions get. So I have Nightbot who likes to ask you guys that. I know it's easy to tune him out, but, if you see him say, hey, click the like button, please click the like button. So in 2002, Amber Frey discovered her boyfriend, Scott Peterson's pregnant wife, was missing. In 2018, Nichol Kessinger found herself in nearly the identical situation with Chris Watts. But here's where their stories diverge in ways that are kind of blow your mind. I've got a long list of things that we're going to kind of compare between the two side by side. I realize when I did this, people are different. People react different to the same situation. So this isn't quite apples to apples, but it might be like red apples and green apples. You know what I mean? It's similar. You can't really compare the two like perfectly. They were completely different situations. Scott Peterson lied specifically and said that his wife was already dead. That's a big difference. Chris Watts was telling Nichol Kessinger that he was moving out, that he was getting a divorce, and none of that was true. So they were both essentially being lied to in different ways. So I think it's easier to see how Amber Frey was a lot more angry than Nichol Kessinger was, at least initially. And that anger could have pushed Amber to go straight to the police and say, oh my God, I've got to tell you everything. Give me a wire. We'll go catch this guy. And I mean, I've never been in that situation where I get lied to like that, but it's got to be like something that makes you angry, So we've got I've got a couple of the clips that we can watch. I think we'll start with the Amber Frey phone call. This is after she's already talked to the police, and she calls Scott Peterson up, and he's trying to explain he can't talk about any of this, and she's clearly angry and trying to get specific answers. I got to find it. Sorry. It's on my computer. It's an audio file, so I can't actually share it, but I have to find it on the screen to share it. Window. There it is. I think this is it. I hope this is it. That is not it. Okay. Well, at least here, hang on. Okay. So I found it. Now I just got to find a way to share it. Okay. I think this is it. All right. So this is just an audio file, so I'm going to you can't hear this, guys? Okay, hold on. Let me figure out a way to do this. There should be. You still can't hear it? Or just when I close the screen? Okay. Here we go. What about now? Okay, hold on. I'll fix this. I got a way. And I think I can increase the volume too a little with Adobe. Just give me a couple seconds here. So you're probably hearing something. It's not ready yet. So apparently StreamYard doesn't allow audio files, but it allows video files, and I guess it doesn't really work. Let me see if I could share my Adobe screen and see if you guys can hear it. All right. So just let me know if you can't hear it. You still can't hear it?
What? I'm sure it's why talking called me one. Why was that? What are you talking about?
So you can't hear that still? Okay, I'll just play something else first, and you should be able to hear that one, and then I'll see if I can save this into a video file so that I can share it. Just give me a sec here. Amber Frey.
Thank you for coming today. I'm attorney Gloria Allred. to my right is Amber Frey. I'll be making a brief
Frey?
statement, then Ms.
Is
Frey
it- I
will
thought
be
it was
making her
Frey.
statement. Ms. Frey will not be taking any questions. I will take a few questions.
Have I been saying it wrong?
In the last week, there have been various reports in the press that Amber Frey has asked me to represent her. Today, I'm able to confirm that I will act as her attorney. Amber has been described as a potential key witness in the case of People versus Scott Peterson, where Mr. Peterson is charged with the murders of Laci, Rocha Peterson, and Connor. In addition to being a witness, Amber is also a victim of Scott's deception. Victims are entitled to attorneys, as are witnesses. My role as Amber's attorney will be to advise her of her rights and to represent her as a witness in the criminal case. I anticipate attacks on her by the defense, and I will respond to those attacks. I would hope that press reports about her would be accurate, but if they are not, I will correct the record to protect Amber's reputation. This has been a difficult time for her. The numerous daily attempts by press to contact her have often disrupted her life. For that reason, she would appreciate it if any inquiries from the press in the future be directed to me and not to her. Amber would like to make clear that she does not intend to do any interviews prior to trial. She has been offered money for interviews, and she has refused and will continue to refuse those offers. We are committed to protecting the integrity of the prosecution, and we will not allow her testimony to be contaminated by offers of money for her story. Her only interest is in doing her duty as a citizen by cooperating with the authorities and providing truthful information that might be relevant to the case. I believe that Amber was very brave when she made the decision to contact law enforcement with information that she had regarding Scott Peterson. She wanted to do the right thing, and she did so, even though it meant that certain private facts would become public knowledge. I commend her for her decision, and we both ask that if anyone else has relevant information which might help in the investigation of these murders, that they will also contact law enforcement, as Amber did. Amber has faith in the criminal justice system, and she hopes and prays that whomever is guilty of the murders of Laci and Connor will be held accountable in a court of law. And now I'd like to present Ms. Frey.
I want to express my sympathy to Laci's family. My heart goes out to them for the loss of their daughter and their grandson.
Yeah, she's really hard to hear.
I am grateful that Gloria Allred has agreed to represent me as my attorney. And this has been a painful and stressful time for me. And I really appreciate her support. I expect that I will be asked to testify in this case, and I am prepared to do so. I don't think it's appropriate to talk about what might be contained in my testimony prior to me being called to the witness stand. Until that time, I just want to lead a normal life and regain my privacy. I hope that everyone will understand and respect my wishes. Thank you.
Okay.
Ms.
You have
Allred,
to
do you
take-
believe that Amber Frey's testimony will be before the prosecution be discussed as her testimony or potential testimony with her advocate?
You know, the first thing I noticed was that she has an attorney. Her attorney says that she's a victim in this, and victims are allowed an attorney. Guess who didn't have an attorney?
There have been news reports that the district attorney considers her to be a key witness in the prosecution. It will be for the district attorney to make the decision as to which role she will play in the prosecution
And
of
have
the
you
case.
discussed her potential testimony with her at this point? What she knows, you know what she knows.
Oh, I never discuss what I discuss with clients. But I will say that it's my opinion that what she has to say in testimony will be very important to the case.
Lori, what's so commendable here is because we've seen this in other high-profile cases, is witnesses willing to sell their testimony to tabloids to make a buck.
Molly, I just saw this. I've been wanting to tell you that you've been pronouncing it wrong. You got to speak up. It's like so embarrassing when I pronounce stuff wrong. Like I think I did something on somebody the other day, a short, what was her name? I said her name wrong. I think I could find it real quick. I'll have Eliza. What was her last name? Oh my goodness. I'll have to look it up, but it was Lisa, not Eliza. And I pronounced it wrong. So it's Amber Frey, not Frey, but I hear Frey all the time also. Feel like I've lost the volume altogether. And I think I did. Okay, I don't know what happened with this one. It worked earlier. It is not an Alaska thing, Molly, but thanks for, maybe it could be an Alaska pronunciation. Hey, Maria, I'm glad you're able to make it. So I am having a little bit of technical issues. Let me see if I got the other audio working. And so this is just going to be an image with the audio in the background, and I should be able to play it for you guys.
The worst thing in the world.
Okay.
So can you guys hear it now? I hope you can hear it.
I'm so sorry that this has happened, and I'm so sorry I'm going to hurt you in this way. I don't want to do this over the phone. I want to tell you this. I want to be the person to tell you this. But I'm sure that's why Saki called you.
What?
I'm sure it's why Saki called you.
Why would that? What are you talking about?
It is the worst thing. Sorry, Amber. I'll just tell you.
Okay.
You haven't been watching the news, obviously.
No.
I have not been traveling during the last couple weeks. I've lied to you when I've been traveling.
Okay.
The girl I'm married to, her name is
So I believe he had been telling her that he was in France. And he said, I've been lying to you. I haven't been traveling.
Laci.
Mm-hmm.
She disappeared just before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
For the past 2 weeks, I've been in Modesto with her family and mine, searching for her.
Okay.
She just disappeared, and no one knows
Okay. Now,
where she's been.
Scott.
And I can't tell you more because I need you to be protected from the media and Ayana. Okay, they are amazing.
Scott,
Yeah.
are you listening?
I am.
You came to me earlier in December and told me that you had lost your wife. What was that about?
She's alive.
What?
She's alive.
Where? She's alive? Where?
In Modesto. Now, I know, this is the hardest. I wanted to tell you first. You need to protect yourself from the media.
Okay.
Okay, if you've been watching the news at all, well, you haven't. the media has been telling everyone that I had something to do with her disappearance. For the past 2 weeks, I've been hunted by the media. And I don't want you to be involved in this to protect yourself. I know that I've destroyed, and I hope so much that this doesn't hurt you.
How could it not affect me?
It does. And
how can you possibly think that this would not affect me?
Amber, I know it does.
See, I just posted a comment here. Let me share. Hey, Victoria, I'm glad you're able to make it. So I think she's fishing for answers for, law enforcement right now. So she already knows all of the answers. So none of this is new to her, but she's trying to sound like it is. And it sounds fake to me. And I think if he had paid attention, he would have realized it too. But if he's a pathological liar, like they say, he probably assumes that he's the only one that tells lies, but she gets a lot of information out of him by the end of this. Gerald says, wait, so he tells Amber that Laci was dead, but now miraculously alive, just to be possibly dead again. Now, that is sad to think about. But yeah, he lied and he got sympathy for the loss of his wife from this woman. He, told her she was dead and she was very sympathetic. Well, that makes sense why you're not married. That's why, I found this really good guy. He's a little bit broken, but that's okay. But it was a lie. Maybe he was planning it all along. We don't know for sure. And if you follow the current news, there are advocates out there suggesting that he was really innocent. I don't believe that this woman thinks he's innocent at all. And apparently we lost the audio again. Let me try. Where are we at on the time? 3 minutes.
But I know I had.
There we go.
I've just been towing up the last 2 weeks wanting to tell you, and I'm so weak that I haven't. And I just hope that I had to call you and tell you that.
You never answered my question, Scott.
Sweetie, you don't. I can't say anymore.
I think I deserve.
You deserve so much better. There's no question you deserve so much better.
Yeah, and I deserve to understand an explanation of why you told me you'd lost your wife and this was the first holidays you'd spend without her. That was December 9th. You told me this, and now all of a sudden your wife's missing? Are you kidding me? Did you hear me?
I did. I don't know what to say.
I think an explanation would be a start.
I know you absolutely deserve an explanation.
Yes, I do. I do.
And I want to give you one.
I'm listening.
I can't now. I mean, you don't understand. You don't understand the situation.
Then why don't you let me in on the situation and make me understand?
I can't now. I'm so sorry for that.
Why?
It's to protect all of us.
To protect all of who?
Everyone involved.
So where is she?
That's what we are trying to find out. It's a nationwide search. It's a $500,000 reward for information leading to her safe return.
Okay, so again, you never answered my question. Why did you tell me it would be the first holidays without her?
I can't. I can't explain anymore now. I'm so sorry. You should be so angry at me, and I hope you are.
Yeah, isn't that what you told me before? Oh, I wish, it'd be so much easier if you'd just hate me and not want to talk to me. And of course, the person I am, of course I'm going to say, you know, you told me you lost your wife. You sat there in front of me and cried and broke down. I sat there and held your hand, Scott, and comforted you. And you were lying to me. Again, you're lying to me about lying.
I lied to you about traveling, yeah.
That's among everything else. That's just an added.
Yeah.
So again, are you going... Is it that you're just not going to answer me?
I want to.
And what's stopping you? And what's stopping you from answering?
Tell me things.
Why would you tell me this on March 9th, that you have lost your wife? And I'm sorry I can't tell you until after I get back to Europe, and about this tragedy. And I asked you, are you ready for me? Oh, absolutely. This will be the first holidays without my wife. I'm going to spend them with my family in Maine. Is this not what you said?
It is.
It is.
And
how do you explain all of a sudden you tell me it's a national search?
It is. Yes.
How is that just not such a coincidence?
If you think I had something to do with her disappearance, it does go wrong.
Really?
Right? Yes, it is.
So how is there such a coincidence to that story from what you're telling me right now about what...
No, sweetie,
And you still have the audacity to call me sweetie right now.
Hey, Tiana, I can't really read Spanish, but I got Google Translate. Thank you. I'm glad you found my channel too.
Let's see, first, Dave, my friend Dave lies to me about his wife.
I know
I lied to you and tell you about this.
I know
And then you have the audacity to say, how do you handle something like this? Are you kidding me? And to put me in a position, and you want to protect me from the media? Why did you...
See, I can hear the anger in her voice right now. She is furious. Like, she was trying to be, polite and keep him on the phone and keep him talking, it sounded like at the beginning. But right at this moment, she is furious.
Involve me in this. What role did I play? How long were you looking for me, Scott?
I'm sorry?
How long were you looking for me?
Looking for you.
Yeah. Weren't you looking for me? Isn't that what you told Sean? You were looking for me or someone like me? How is...
I want to.
What? I am just such at a loss right now.
I know.
You say you can't tell me. You want to tell me in person. At what point are you going to tell me in person, Scott?
Once we find her.
What was that?
Once we find her.
Once we find her, what?
And that will be, resolution, and I will be able to explain everything to you.
When you find her...
I know you can't trust me. I know you can't trust me. I could never ask you to do that.
Okay, so...
I could never ask you, but I had...
But didn't you say, Amber, I will do anything for you to trust me? Baby, I feel we have a future together. What was that about?
I've never said anything to you that I mean.
You never told me anything you didn't mean.
I lied to you about things I did.
Mm-hmm. So, how am I going to stay out of this? And how do you see that happening? How do you see that I'm going to stay out of this, or I'm not going to be dragged in or involved into this? How is that, Scott? Can you answer me?
I don't know, but you don't deserve to be.
No, I don't deserve to be. You're right,
exactly.
I don't.
Exactly. You do not deserve to be.
So why did
you don't deserve to do the things that I've done to you. But there's no but. I'm sorry. Hey, I agree with that. I want to explain everything to you.
Yes.
But I can't.
Why?
Primarily, there are a lot of reasons. Primarily protection for everyone.
Protection of who?
Everyone.
Who is everyone?
Everyone is you, me, our family.
Everyone that would possibly look at you a little bit differently, because who the hell am I? You're telling me that we're, I asked, is there anybody else? Oh, no, I'm monogamous as far as I'm concerned.
I never cheated on you.
That's hilarious. I think that's something people say when they're in these types of relationships that cannot possibly be true. If Chris Watts said that to Nichol Kessinger, maybe it was true because he wasn't, like hanging out with his wife. He wasn't, cuddling with her. He wasn't in the bedroom with her. But then again, we don't know for sure. I don't think you can believe anybody who lies, and they're lying to you. If they're married and they're with you, they are lying, period. Like, they're lying, maybe not to you directly, but they're lying to the person they're with. So they're a liar. That should be a big red flag for anyone.
I never did.
You're married. How do you figure you never cheated on me? Explain that one to me.
I want to explain to you, Amber.
And? You won't.
I can't.
You're going to, right? Is that?
I will. No, I will.
When?
I hope to hell that you listen to me when I can. I want to explain to you so badly, but I can't now. And I hope, and I can never ask you to trust me or to even listen to me again.
I possibly can.
I know it. I can never ask you to do that to me. And I just hope that sometime in the future you will let me tell you the whole story. And I cannot ask you to do that.
That makes a lot more sense to me now, Scott. Of course you couldn't tell me the story about your wife because it hadn't happened yet. And you were hoping to resolve it.
See, there's the truth coming out right there. She's like, well, he was telling me his wife was dead, but it was a future tense, not a past tense.
In January, that would be resolved and you'd have a story to tell me.
Do you think I had something to do with her disappearance? Amber, you believe that?
Well, let's see. How can I believe that? How can I believe that? How could I believe anything for...
I am not evil like that.
I would hope not.
I am... Oh, my God.
You've lied to me now. And, actually, I was thinking, you know how many people I've given your picture to? Or of us in Christmas cards? So you're telling me that you want to keep me out of this and Ayana, and you want to protect me from that. How? I'm just so at a loss. How?
Amber, I had to tell you. I've been wanting to tell you. I hope in the future I can tell you everything if you'll let me. I can never ask you to trust me. And I am so sorry that this has happened and this is happening to you. And that is just the truth. And
when I met
it hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts me to believe that I could have something to do with her disappearance.
Well,
But I understand your anger.
You know what? Actually, I have not said that. Those words have not came out of my mouth, Scott. Now, have they?
No, but
No, they have.
everyone has been pointing a finger at me.
No, it came out of your mouth. And I'm not one to judge. There's only one.
I know you aren't. Yeah, that's very true.
But isn't that ironic how, Scott, when I first met you on our date, how you told me you were going to Maine with your family, and you were going to Paris and Europe and all these things. And then you came to me after Sean had found out that you were married, and you came and told me this elaborate lie about her missing and this tragedy, and that
No.
and that this will be the first holidays without her?
I never said. Amber.
Yes.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to go move my car.
God, I don't want to fight with you. You know that I never said tragedy or missing.
Oh, yes, you said you've lost your wife.
No. Yes.
Obviously without me saying much. But we will
I said that I lost my wife.
Yes, you did.
I did. And yes.
How did you lose her then, before she was lost? Explain that.
There are different kinds of loss, Amber.
Then explain your loss.
I can't to you now.
When can you?
I can
When
once
my name
there's...
has been smeared all over tabloids and everything else because I'm the lover, I'm the girlfriend. When you've been married to this woman?
You don't deserve that.
No, I don't deserve this. And you say you've been...
See, I think Gerald brings up a good point. You know, it's funny how pathological liars aren't really that good at lying. I kind of agree. I mean, there are some really good liars out there, but I think they tend to, like, the best liars are the ones that, you know, lie to people who want to believe them. You know, if you trust somebody, what they say, you're going to believe them. And, you know, it makes it easier to tell the lie. You just say vague things and then it kind of all makes sense, right? But this guy is just caught in lie after lie after lie. Starting off with, I've been in Paris, but no, wait, I've actually been at my wife's family's house for the last 2 weeks looking for my missing wife.
faithful to me. Oh, some people I tell I've been married to, and other people I say I never have because it's so painful for me.
I'd like you.
Oh, more than many times, apparently. You know, when you set me down, remember I said, oh, I thought you were going to tell me you were married.
Right.
So,
Well,
Scott, what about your baby? Laci's missing woman pregnant? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Really? So is that why...
And
Yes.
I want to explain all this to you now.
Yes, I'm listening.
And I just am not able to.
Why?
I can't ask you to trust me. But you will, if you give me a chance later to explain it.
Later when?
You will thank me for... What's that?
I will thank you for what?
You will thank me for not explaining it now.
Really?
Not thank me, but you'll understand. And I can't ask you to ever listen to me. I can't do that.
See, I think Chris Watts is, compared to Scott, a really terrible liar. Scott's actually pretty good, I think, but I think it's his personality. You know, he just kind of has this confidence that Chris Watts doesn't have. And I think somebody mentioned it earlier that they thought that Scott was more in charge or something like that. And I think it's that confidence, you know, the authority that he just kind of gives off, that Chris Watts doesn't. Chris Watts, he seems more like he wants to be behind the scenes. He doesn't want to be out front. He wants to be, you know, I don't know. He just has a different personality, completely different.
Well,
And this is the hardest thing. You can't believe that. I understand.
Yeah, is that why you said you didn't want to have any children and Ayana was the only child you ever see having? And at that point, assuming we're together, you'd have her as your own? Why would you tell me that when you were expecting a baby?
See, I'm so sorry that I can't tell you everything now.
Why can't you tell me everything? Why?
There is simply, it just has entirely too many repercussions, and they're not all for me.
And
Okay,
See, I think that, you know, when you compare like Nichol Kessinger, the way she reacted to the way this woman reacts, she's angry. She is not just like, oh, well, I need to worry about me, because I don't think she has to, because she has nothing to hide. She was dating somebody she thought was single. She thought he was widowed, you know, and when she caught him in a lie and his face was on the news, she went straight to the police. She didn't hide anything. She didn't try to, like, you know, present information a certain way. She just laid it all out there immediately. It's very different from the way Nichol Kessinger, you know, spent 4 hours Googling if they can check text messages or not, that have been deleted.
and all the repercussions don't deal with me.
What repercussions?
If I was to explain everything to you,
Yes.
and you
So I did do a poll, and I just wanted to check it. I can't actually see it. So it looks like at least one person has said, no, Scott Peterson is not guilty. So if you don't think Scott Peterson is guilty of this crime, can you explain why? Or if you do think he's guilty, but you think you got a good argument for why he's maybe not guilty, I'll take that also, because, I think it's a good discussional kind of thing we can have here. Hey, Court Jester, thanks for coming. Hey, Deb. I think I saw a couple other people that I hadn't seen yet. Let me get back to this. And sorry, I have to switch back and forth here. I use, what's it called? Sorry, I am not finding my screen. Here we go. Yeah, I use StreamYard, but I can't use any of the Google YouTube features when I do. So I can watch and play with the polls and stuff when I switch tabs. And it's just hard to switch back and forth. So I apologize for that.
The media started attacking you or anything else, so many people would be hurt.
You think?
I know it, and I'm so sorry that you're being hurt by this. But, I can understand you can never believe what I'm saying. But, God, I hope you do, but I can understand you. So sorry.
Tell me the coincidence of Laci, your wife, disappearing, and your stories earlier in December. And then you're carrying on this elaborate lie with me that you're in Europe and you're in Maine with your folks? Explain that to me.
I wanted to tell you about this.
Really?
As soon as it happened.
But of course you couldn't, because you're in Maine with your folks, huh?
No, I didn't make that trip.
So, you and I, you and I, assuming we'd be together, how would you explain a new baby that you brought into this world?
I'm sorry?
How would you explain your baby to me?
You don't know everything.
No, I don't. So what is it?
I want to tell you everything, but I can't.
That's more lies, if you ask me. I want to tell you everything. That's what she wants to hear, probably. That's what he assumes she probably wants to hear. But she already knows.
Okay, are you listening to me?
I am.
Okay, how now is, again, you saying assuming we stay together and you talk about all these future things with me, how would you explain a newborn child of yours that, I would assume she'd want you to have regular visits with this child, right?
Sweetie,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but I can't
Why can't
tell you about those things right now.
Why? Why not right now?
It would hurt entirely too many people.
Now, is this child yours?
Sweetie, I'm sorry, I keep saying that. You asked me not to. Amber, I cannot tell you.
Is this child yours?
I can't tell you all these things now.
Why?
The only things I needed you to know, and I hope that you're not. God, I know I hurt you.
You hope what?
Amber.
Yes.
Amber.
You hope what?
I just hope that you don't get hurt more by this than I'm doing.
You already know what I've gone through. And for you to have no compassion for me.
I hope you don't think that's true.
You know, actions speak louder than words.
That's true.
That's meant for you to ponder on for a while.
It's true. I deserve anything you say. There's no question, Amber.
So tell me,
Hey, Jenny, thanks for listening. What's it like in Hong Kong right now?
Scott,
Yeah,
why should I not go to the police with this?
it's your decision.
Really?
Ah, the poll. Let me fix that. Did I not put an answer on there? Hold on. Yeah, I got a new poll up, and somebody had mentioned, the quiet monsters are the scary ones, but it got me thinking, which is scarier? The quiet ones or the I guess I should have changed that. Let me fix that. Here, I'll go ahead and start this back up. Here, I'll fix that and you can re-answer in a sec.
Of course.
And at that point, I go to the police with this. What do you see happening?
I imagine that,
Go ahead. What?
well, I mean, they would, I don't know if they would release it to the media or, I mean, obviously they would question you, they want to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it is your decision, of course. I wanted to tell you what has happened, and I wanted to tell you that I like you.
And what stopped you from this?
Previous to now,
Yeah.
I could make excuses how I justify it to myself about.
Great right now.
Well, I know I'm telling you that I justify to myself by saying, no, she just found out about Dave. No, she's had a fight with her sister. Don't tell her. No. It was probably just weakness and hoping that I could hold on to you.
Just a weakness in holding on to me?
And wanting to hold on to you.
Longing to hold on?
A weakness and not being able to tell you about me traveling. Amber?
Yes.
See, what I'm wondering is if he thinks he's like making progress with this conversation because she hasn't hung up yet. That's what I've been wondering the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
I deserve everything that you want to say to me.
Well, again. Sean
I'm
said...
sorry? Amber?
Are you forgetting things you had discussed with Sean? If you're not serious about a relationship, don't call Amber. She's been through too much already. Do you not remember having this discussion with Sean?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, but you still went ahead and went through. Why? Why? Are you there? Hello?
Amber?
Yes?
Amber?
Did you hear me? Are you driving? Hello?
Did he just fake going through a tunnel?
Hello? Are you driving? Hello? If you could hear me, call back.
Yeah. I think she got a lot of information out of him. So let me get back to the comparisons I've got for you guys. So Amber immediately called the police. Nichol Kessinger deleted all of her texts and photos first. Amber preserved all of the evidence. Nichol Kessinger asked friends to delete all of their evidence also. Amber says, I'm shaking, I'm trembling. Nichol Kessinger is focused on damage control. Amber was worried about Laci, and that's clear from the very beginning. Nichol was worried about her own reputation and how her own life was going to be affected by this. Amber offered full cooperation. I'm not sure what Nichol Kessinger did. She got her dad involved. And instead of just handing over everything immediately, she tried to like pick and choose what she shared. Also, Amber cried genuine tears. With Nichol Kessinger's, there are investigators who noted performative crying. Amber had clear timeline recall. Nichol Kessinger had like very specific recollection of some like unimportant things, and she couldn't remember anything for like recent events that would have, lingered in your mind. Amber had no suspicious searches. This was 2002, so I'll admit this one's a little bit kind of leaning because, there was internet back then, but, people weren't like glued to it like they are now. Nichol Kessinger had Googled, can cops trace text messages? And let's see, just checking the comments here, guys. Gerald says, neither Cindy or Nichol was ever worried about Shanann. The sick, pregnant woman whose husband was leaving her tells you a lot about these women who supposedly loved Chris. You got a point. I think, I don't know. If you look at Nichol Kessinger and you go off of that logic right there, where the whole sympathy thing, the empathy, what happened to the wife? I'm really concerned. I'm worried about her. Those are common responses, but there are some personality types that don't necessarily think about that right away, and they're not necessarily bad. I don't think that's the case with Nichol Kessinger. She's clearly worried about her life, her job, her, future. She has no concern. Either she already knows that the woman and her children are dead, or she really just has no empathy at all and doesn't care. Either one is terrible. Amber recorded 29 hours of, I guess I didn't write the rest. Probably 29 hours of like calls and videos, maybe. Nichol Kessinger deleted 2 months of data. She cleared everything off her phone and computer, or tried to. Some of it got recovered. Amber saved voicemails. Nichol Kessinger claimed that her phone lost messages all the time, but she deleted those messages. Amber provided passwords. Nichol Kessinger changed all of her passwords. Amber let police clone her phone. Nichol Kessinger only provided some screenshots. Yeah, that's a good question, Gerald. Why did she try to destroy her SIM card? What was she so afraid of the police finding on there? If it wasn't that she was helping Chris in some way, or that she had, had some kind of blow up with Chris that may have caused all of this. If it was something else, what was it? There are other things that she could have said or done that would make her look bad and probably get her arrested, I'm sure. Amber Frey had no data gaps, and Nichol Kessinger forgot an entire 111-minute phone call. Hey, Victoria, hey, I'm glad you were here. I hope you enjoyed what you got to see. And, I really appreciate it when you come back and watch the replay. Amber was transparent about intimacy. Nichol Kessinger lied about the depth of the relationship. She was Googling wedding dresses and saying that she wasn't that interested in Chris. It was just, a little thing. Amber shared all of the embarrassing details. Nichol Kessinger hid almost everything. Amber, there's no location lies. Nichol Kessinger's had a false alibi that morning. She said she was at work, but then she didn't clock in with her actual badge. She manually inputted the time she came in that morning. And that's all I've heard about that. I haven't heard that anybody said they saw her there at that time. I haven't heard that anybody hasn't seen her there either. But let's see if I can get this one with the lawyer to continue. Oops. Nope. It sounds like it's not working at all. Yeah, I swear it worked. I've got this is a I'll just let it play.
First of all, I want to thank you for your patience. We'd like to preface the news conference by requesting that you respect our willingness to inform the media to limited information that does not compromise the investigation. Ms. Amber Frey will make a brief statement and she will not answer any questions.
Frey. I don't know where I got Frey from.
Today, because of extensive efforts by some members of the media, Amber Frey was identified and contacted by reporters at her place of business. She notified the Modesto police and out of contact and her safety and privacy. She is prepared to give a statement and she will not accept any questions. Ms. Amber Frey.
Okay, first of all, I met Scott Peterson November 20th, 2002. I was in.
This also shows how willing she is to cooperate with law enforcement despite her own reputation. I believe people at this time, didn't like her because, she was dating a married man, but she clearly didn't know he was married. And I don't think anybody could fault her for that. If he lied to her and she didn't know, she didn't know.
Introduced to him, I was told he was unmarried. Scott told me he was not married. We did have a romantic relationship. When I discovered he was involved in the Laci Peterson disappearance case, I immediately contacted the Modesto Police Department. Although I could have sold the photos of Scott and I to tabloids, I knew this was not the right thing to do. For fear of jeopardizing the case or the police investigation, I will not comment further. Very sorry.
See right there, she's already showing more emotion than Nichol Kessinger showed at all the entire time on all of the different interviews that we've seen of her. in that one like deep breath.
For Laci's family and the pain that this has caused them. And I pray for her safe return as well. I would appreciate to my friends and acquaintances to refrain from talking about me to the media for profit or recognition. I am a single mother of a 23-month-old child, and I ask to respect my privacy. Thank you.
Amber Frey had contacted Modesto Police Department on Monday, December 30th.
You know, I graduated high school in Modesto.
2002. She met with detectives and gave information about the relationship with Scott Peterson. This information was verified by a variety of means, and Amber Frey has been cooperative in the investigation and has been eliminated.
You see how he explains how cooperative she's been. I mean, and she's clearly being cooperative too. It's not like, you know, well, we stopped investigating her like they did with Nichol. They just said that she was not investigated anymore. We didn't think she was a suspect of any kind or whatever they said. But it wasn't like this. Whenever we saw the prosecutor talking about it right after the change of plea went out, he said that, yeah, we were suspicious of her. I don't think he said, but we're not like following up on that. You know, it's a completely different thing.
As a suspect in Laci Peterson disappearance. For the near future, we've asked Ms. Frey not to make any statements to the media. It is her desire that you respect her privacy. Please don't follow, harass, or make any other attempts to interview her during the investigation. This concludes the press conference. And just a reminder, again, as we have in the past, we'll notify you if there's a significant event occur, give you ample time to respond for a presser. I will try to answer some questions, but I'm still limited, as I have been for the last month, in my response. We'll take, hold on. We'll take one question at a time, and I'll decide who's going to make, yes, sir.
Can you spell her last name?
F-R-E-Y. Amber. Yes, and you will have, we will have a news release that should be available any second, as soon as it comes down from the stairs.
Can you talk about whether Scott was romancing her even after Laci disappeared?
Again, that's going to be one of the areas that we're not going to go into. Yes.
Did she tell you anything about where he was on Christmas Eve? Did they speak to each other?
I don't have that information.
Was she given the police
Right here.
information?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How old is Amber?
She's 28 years old. Any other questions?
Has she given the police any information that furthers your case a little bit?
The only information that we're giving out tonight is what we've already reported on and given in this press conference. We're not going to talk about any other information that she might be involved.
Oh no, I lost the audio. I think there's something wrong with the app. There's like this message that keeps coming up saying that there's problems. But this all had audio.
Reported on and given in this press conference. We're not.
Oops. Yeah, it's something.
Information that she might be involved.
Well, that's terrible. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can find something of Nichol Kessinger. I know we kind of watched a lot of this yesterday, but you know, you could just see the difference. I think it's a good, if I can find it again. I'm going to skip towards the end, the stuff we didn't see last night.
I mean, it is what it is. I've only been working with them for like 4 months. I don't really know.
It is what it is. She just has a completely different personality than Amber Frey.
Well,
That's Tasman. And so are they?
Yeah,
Are
last
they
night was a
saying that-
kind of surprise live stream. I am going to try to do more of the late night stuff. I know, last night I had a pretty good turnout despite it being so late. So I might do more of them. And the replays people watch the replays too. And I really appreciate that.
Contract with them is also terminated, or that you just aren't looking at Anadarko anymore and they'll find you another position?
they told me originally that if I wasn't going to work in Anadarko, they'd find another place to put me. And then they came back yesterday night and said, since you're not, we hired you for the contract with Anadarko, and since your contract with them was terminated, we're letting you go.
Okay. Did you call the person whose name I gave you at?
No,
Daily?
I've spent all day trying to do stuff with these guys,
Yeah.
so I haven't had a chance.
I think it might be helpful just to talk to him and see what he has to say about it, and see if there's any, he'll probably ask you what your contract with them was and ask you for some more details, and see if there's any way that legally he can help you out, or if he can create some sort of mediation or something like that, or at the very least negotiate a positive referral to another agency or something.
I mean, they told me they'd give me that. He seemed really taken back when I asked him, but I was like, can you at least give me a positive referral? I mean, I did great work for those guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely going to miss me being on their team for sure. And he was like, yeah, I'll do that. Like, okay. Yeah, I didn't really know what else to do. This is like one more thing on my plate right now. I don't know what to do. I don't think anybody's going to hire me.
Well, I think that right now, what you need to...
All I hear is me. I. She doesn't even sound scared about Chris Watts at all. She sounds scared about her future, and that's it. And I mean, if this was you, and I assume most of you are like me, you would probably have said, oh, I hope they find her, or I hope that she's not really dead. This can't be true. Something along those lines, at least. If she had said something as simple as that, then said stuff like this, it would probably make more sense to me. But the way she's just like talking about herself, and I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way. But I'm going to try to get the rest of that press conference back. I think I found the actual YouTube that the video came from, or another YouTube channel who also posted it. Well, I have it on my thing, but it's not here for some reason. Let me try one more thing. Sorry, guys. I think I got it now.
Information that she might be involved in as far as the investigation is concerned.
All right. Can you guys hear that?
Again, we're not providing that information.
How did she learn that?
I think
This must have been aired on a A TV with an antenna.
Yes. Again, that's an area that we're not covering in the investigation. Denise. Again, we're not going into that part of the investigation. Yes. It was the 30th, I believe. December 30th.
What made you rule her out as a suspect?
The investigators have a variety of ways that they've been able to eliminate her from the investigation.
Now, can you tell us how long they've been taking?
I can't.
See, did you guys hear that?
We're not going to go into anything pertaining to Amber.
Did you hear that? They said we have a variety of ways that we, know that we don't have to keep investigating her. That's important because they didn't say that with Nichol Kessinger. Let me see if I can get where we hear the question again.
I can't. We're not going to go into anything pertaining to the investigation. Investigators have a variety of ways. You
can almost hear it.
What made you rule her out as a suspect?
The investigators have a variety.
He said, "What makes you rule her out as a suspect?" That is a very good question, and this guy gives a really good answer.
Of ways that they've been able to eliminate her from the investigation.
Now, can you tell us how long they've been taking?
I can't.
Did you see her after?
We're not going to go into anything pertaining to Amber and Scott Peterson. We will not be discussing any part of those other than what we talked about tonight. Yes, ma'am.
She actually did say she was introduced to him, and I didn't catch who introduced her.
No, I don't remember that in her statement either. I read it before it came out here. Yes.
She said that when she saw that Scott was involved in her disappearance, she called police. Did she just misspeak when she saw that he was the husband? Is that what she meant,
Her statement, I believe, said that she did not know that Scott was married at the time that they had this relationship. That was her statement.
Did they have any future
Yes.
plans? Did she talk about that?
No, not that I'm aware of. Yes.
Can you characterize how helpful she has been in your investigation?
Again, as we reported a minute ago, she's cooperated in the investigation. We've eliminated her from.
We really do appreciate the media and all the effort and attention to help us find Laci. You have been a tremendous help in getting the word out on Laci. I do believe our entire nation and possibly most of the world is aware that Laci Peterson is missing. And we want to find her. We want to find her and bring her home. Now, what this is starting to do is border on pretty close to being destructive. We're not going to discuss with you the in-depth part of this investigation. We're not going to discuss with you the investigation in Laci. We're not going to discuss the relationships. We're not going to discuss where or when or how. We've given the information that we feel we need to give. And we need to give that information so that a young woman who had the courage to come forward and give us information will not be harassed as she tries to go on with her life.
Why did you bring her forward today?
Because media people located her and were contacting her.
Is she from Fresno?
I'm not going to discuss where she's from.
Was Scott forthcoming in the first?
The investigation is moving forward, and we will continue to move the investigation forward.
Was Scott the one who told the detectives that he was involved with the girlfriend, or with her?
Let me do this one more time. We're not going to talk about what we have been told. We're not going to talk about what people have said. We've given the information we can give. The investigation is going to continue. Yes, Ted?
The family today asked Scott Peterson to cooperate completely with the rest of the police department. Could you again give us an indication of his level of cooperation?
I cannot. I won't comment on those things. Okay, I'm gonna try to answer Ted's question. Okay, Ted, Laci's family is going through a horrible time, and you all saw Laci's family today. And they're dealing with their life as a family. I am not going to comment about Scott. This department's not going to comment about Scott. We're not going to comment about the investigation. And so, I mean, I know it's frustrating to you that we can't make this case a public understanding of everything that's involved. We cannot do that. It wouldn't be appropriate or right. So we're not going to talk about those things. Laci's family has information that they've decided to share. I respect that. I appreciate what they're going through. And, you know, their appeal today, you heard it. Okay, now I'm going to go back here. Well,
I really wish I could hear these questions better, because I think they're important. You know, they get the answers pretty well, but sometimes that question is the real.
That's our focus, is to solve this case and get Laci home.
You think you can clear this suspect?
She's been eliminated as a suspect.
Based on what?
No, I cannot. I won't discuss that.
Were the Rocha and Peterson families notified that she was going to come out tonight and speak publicly?
Yes.
Chief, as far as, we haven't talked in a while, so as far as someone backing up Scott's story that they saw him at the marina, anybody come forward yet?
You know, we're just not going to go down those paths, and we're not going to discuss those things. The investigations continue to move forward. I believe, when I checked just before coming down here, have received close to 4,500 tips on the tip line at this point in time. There are continuing information and leads as the investigation evolves that we have to follow up on, and we're doing that.
Are you any closer to finding Laci now than you were the last time you briefed us?
I don't believe there's a significant change that I can articulate. Are we closer? I hope so. I don't know.
Is Scott now considered a suspect?
We have not eliminated Scott Peterson from this investigation.
You know where he is now?
I don't know.
What about forensic evidence?
We're not.
These reporters all want the real information that they can't just give out to the public.
Going to discuss any of the evidence. Yes, this is still a missing persons case. Well, this is still a missing persons case. We would love to find Laci alive and well and bring her home safe. We're not going to discuss that.
What's her profession?
Whose?
Amber.
Not going to talk about that.
Has Amber had any contact whatsoever with Laci?
We're not going to discuss Amber. Amber gave you her statement. You have the information that Amber was comfortable sharing with you. She's asked to have her privacy respected. We are going to do that. We're not going to comment about Amber, her private life.
Does anybody here know what Amber Frey's profession was? Because now I'm curious.
Where she works, where she lives, any of those things. Amber wants to be able to go on with her life.
How did Laci's family learn about Amber?
The question earlier was, did we talk with the family? Yes, we talked with the family, with Laci's family.
Conducting any searches organized by the police, either inside or outside the county?
We are continuing with searches. We're not disclosing where those searches are. And yes, there are searches that are continuing. Okay, we've about wound it down. There's other things I need to do and that you all need to do. I do not want to leave you frustrated and angry. I do appreciate the help you've given us. The media has been critical to this investigation and getting the word out. Thank you for your patience.
That's pretty much it. But it's really interesting, the differences between Nichol Kessinger and Amber Frey, especially because she Googled what it was like for Amber Frey. she wanted to know if she could do that, but she didn't even try to be like Amber Frey at all. She didn't go to the police. She didn't offer information. She hid things. She lied. She covered up stuff. Trying to see what else I got here. I thought I had some more videos. Is this the phone call? Sorry, I got a commercial. I'm trying to see. Oh, this is the one I should have played for you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, I'll put it on the screen. Somebody has transcribed this and played it in real time with the audio. Hey, Susie, thanks for joining. So I'll just play some of it, and you guys can see the transcript. This one might play some ads. I don't know.
No, I can't say anymore.
I think I deserve.
You deserve so much better. There's no question you deserve so much better.
Yeah, and I deserve to understand an explanation of why you told me you'd lost your wife and this was the first holidays you'd spend without her. That was December 9th. You told me this, and now all of a sudden your wife's missing? Are you kidding me? Did you hear me?
I did. I don't know what to say.
I think an explanation would be a start.
I know you absolutely deserve an explanation.
Yes, I do. I do.
And I want to give you one.
I'm listening.
I can't now. I mean, you don't understand. You don't understand the situation.
Then why don't you fill me in on the situation and make me understand?
I can't now. I'm so sorry for that.
Why?
It's to protect all of us.
To protect all of who?
Everyone involved.
So where is she?
That's what we are trying to find out. It's a nationwide search. It's a $500,000 reward for information leading to her safe return.
I agree. There really isn't a very good comparison, unless, the idea behind this discussion is that Amber Frey actually helped the police and Nichol Kessinger didn't. It was mostly to show that the difference in the two people, what actual cooperation looks like compared to what Nichol Kessinger did. She was just always concerned about herself. Just the way she's
a really good supportive family and people that are going to help you get through for a few weeks while you're looking for work. So I think right now we need to just concentrate on getting your lease situation worked out so that you don't have to worry about carrying two places and getting...
Yeah.
The 13th was a Wednesday.
Or the 12th. I don't
All right.
It's
We'll
not in
look
the
at
right
them.
spot. They're
Okay.
not in the right spot.
maybe the date on the phone's messed up. I don't know. I'll look at the phone and we'll see.
Well, it's out of order. Like, unless I'm confused, but I'm pretty sure the last text on there between me and him was actually probably somewhere in the middle of the text.
So when you say out of order,
like it's saying, oh, hey, this happened on like Tuesday, but really I'm pretty sure that happened at a different point.
Okay. All right.
I don't have the testifying thing, but I might be able to find it. Maybe on, well, I don't like just pulling up random YouTube stuff because I end up with more issues. But I think I could find one if you give me a sec here. But I'm going to find a better spot to observe Nichol Kessinger and the way she's like, this is a good point right here. He's asking for everything on her phone, but she doesn't want to do that. I think it's like right here.
So now you're just talking about shoes and
other stuff.
Okay.
But then she brought it up again last night, but she didn't
brought up what?
But she didn't connect the dots. She was freaking out, her dad just. And she was really upset. She wanted me to come see her on Saturday because it's his week.
So unexpected.
Kind of, sort of. He had Parkinson's, so kind of, but not. You know what I'm saying? It was a very drawn out thing. But she's having a really hard time with it. I knew she would, and she just she's like, can you make the wake on Saturday? And I was like, I'm really hesitant to leave the house, and I didn't tell her that, but I was like, I don't know, I'll try, and I'm gonna go, but I'm not gonna tell her until it's right before I have to be there. And
so what does she reference just Chris the guy? I'm more interested.
No, she didn't even ask me if she was just she's like, I don't know what's going on. She's like, you can just read it.
Okay. So you mentioned on your text before you were coming that there was other information that you thought of that was important again?
Yeah.
More info?
When you get so sidetracked.
I'll look at this, will you do that? And then
I'll show you where it is.
Yeah,
There's
show
so
me
much in here. I will just say.
You guys talk a lot.
Oh, yeah. She is right here. So first she sends me this, and she's not even asking me about him. She's saying he looks like her ex. That's when she first brings him up. She doesn't even mention me at that point. I don't even think she realizes it's the same guy. Legitimately. I think this girl is so wrapped up in all the stuff that she's got going on right now that I don't think it's even processing.
So I can't find the trial. I don't know if it was, I thought it was in live. Olga, do you have a video of the actual trial, or was it just off record, it wasn't in the news or something? Because then I could probably find a transcript. I can find other people testifying, and there is a lot of court drawings. But that wasn't the actual trial. I'm just not finding it. But let's see. So we went through a lot of the back and forth on, comparing Amber to Nichol Kessinger already, but I've got some more too. Amber, no presence at the crime scene at all. Nichol Kessinger's phone pinged at the Watts' house at 6:16 in the morning. Amber normal work attendance, Nichol Kessinger's suspicious absence the morning of the murder. She did not clock in. She had to manually enter her arrival time. Amber, no wedding searches. Again, this was in 2002. People were using the internet, but not quite as much as they are now. When Nichol Kessinger, with Nichol Kessinger, this happened in 2018. But she has 2 hours of browsing history showing that she's searching for wedding dresses. With Amber, there's no how to, any kind of, searches from Amber. And I don't know that you can really, I got all these written down, but I don't know that you can really compare the two time. Like in 2002, the internet was just kind of, showing up everywhere. People were just getting smartphones, I think. I'm not even sure they had smartphones, actually, now that I think about it. But I think in 2002, they probably had Blackberries, right? Am I wrong about that? Anybody remember? Amber was shocked by the arrest. Nichol Kessinger immediately went into hiding. Amber had no apartment hunting. I don't know if that's really a good comparison, but Nichol Kessinger was searching for apartments for Chris Watts. What was a razor? I remember having those too, but I can't even remember what it looks like. It's weird how, 2002 is not that long ago, but it really is such a long time ago. Wasn't there like this phone that was like from Sprint that was like this. Oh, I think it was the Razor phone, actually. I think I remember the Razor phone. I can't really describe it other than it was super thin. Let's see. Amber had no prior knowledge of the marriage. Nichol Kessinger Googled Shanann Watts. Initially, they said she Googled them in 2017. It was later said that was a typo, but do we know for sure? With Amber, there was no evidence destruction. Nichol Kessinger deleted a lot of information, which is potentially a federal crime. Amber interviewed with police alone. Nichol Kessinger demanded the presence of her father. Amber answered all questions, and Nichol Kessinger had selective memory. Amber required no coaching to give her answers. And if you listen to much of what Nichol Kessinger says, it seems like it's rehearsed a lot. I don't know if the eye contact thing is a real good indication, but, Amber looked you in the eye, when she talked to you versus Nichol Kessinger kind of like cowering before people. She like, even right now, I don't think she's made actual eye contact with this guy. Amber doesn't have a defensive posture. Nichol Kessinger does. Amber shared every embarrassing private detail. Nichol Kessinger minimized her relationship with Chris Watts. These are all red flags, and this is the reason why she still got all of the suspicion. The public opinion of Nichol Kessinger is that she most likely had something to do with this, and I think I missed something. Susie says frequent means in quick succession. Let me look back here. Dr. Phil noted that NK frequented Shanann's Facebook. In quick succession. Would that be like quick succession, like 5 or 6 times in one day, or once or twice over the course of 5 or 6 days? I think that would be a big difference. But Amber faced public scrutiny. Like, nobody liked her in the beginning. Everyone assumed she was lying, all these things. I barely remember it, but I do remember it. And there for a while, everyone seemed to hate her. But it wasn't until much later that people started. I think one of the news networks said that she was brave, and then that kind of started the beginning of changing everything for her. I've not read her book, but I think I might, especially with Scott Peterson working with that group that gets innocent people out of jail. I don't think he's innocent. I think with liars like him, it's real easy to believe them. And when I know that, I choose not to believe them. There's other people like Gypsy Rose, whenever she first was started interviewing after she's in prison and stuff. And, I start to feel sorry for her. And then I remember that she spent her whole entire life getting people to feel sorry for her, to get money for her mother. And I had to, back off. I don't even follow that case anymore because I don't want to get sucked into that. She's just one of those people that you could just really rally behind, and she's good at it. But yeah, I don't think Scott is innocent. I think he's a good liar. I think he's, one of those personalities that everyone just immediately likes. And, he has kept to his story that he's innocent, but he's also a good liar. And I have watched some of the documentary that suggests that he might have been innocent based off of this crime spree that was happening in his neighborhood that didn't get investigated because it was a break-in and not, anything to do with a missing person. There is a story there that is believable. I don't know if it's factual, but they are painting a good picture. And if he does get to have an appeal, it's possible a jury might be swayed by that. Yeah, the Innocence Project. Yeah, Susie, that was what I was trying to think of. If I don't write it down, I forget things a lot. It's kind of sad. Let's see, what else do I got? Amber's public appearances. She appears publicly frequently. She has an attorney right away saying that, she had no involvement. Nichol Kessinger, immediately goes off grid. She's hiding. She's, not saying anything. All of these behaviors are just red flags. And I know I've said this many, many times that red flags don't mean that you're guilty. But my big concern with Nichol Kessinger is, why did they just stop investigating her? Why didn't they allow that warrant that gave somebody access to her third-party apps so that they could find more messages to Chris Watts? What did they talk about that she had to hide? And if she had nothing to hide, why didn't she just hand over her phone and just let the police find the information they need to find? But she's showing this guy in this video right here. He asked, well, why don't you just give it to us and we'll find it, instead of trying to find one thing at a time. And she's like, oh, I found it.
I mean, you can just tell by the way that she
actually, it might not be this point. She's talking. Oh yeah.
All upset because
this is her
not
friend.
Talk to the media, and it happened to be the day that her dad died, and I'm.
Her friend's father passed away, and she texted her friend and told her to delete everything on her phone. I mean, that's also more suspicion. It's just insane the amount of red flags that are involved in this whole thing. and they didn't investigate it. And if they did, why couldn't they say, you know, the same thing as this guy says? You know, we have done all the
and has been eliminated as a suspect in Laci Peterson disappearance.
We've had many reasons why we no longer suspect her of anything
in the investigation, and has been eliminated with Scott Peterson. Frey had contacted Modesto Police Department on Monday, December 30th, 2002. She met with detectives and gave information about the relationship with Scott Peterson. This information was verified by a variety of means, and Amber Frey has been cooperative in the investigation and has been eliminated as a suspect in Laci Peterson disappearance.
So why is there no, why don't we see this happening with Nichol Kessinger? I don't think they technically wanted to stop investigating her, but when Chris confessed, they didn't want to spend the money, and maybe they're still investigating her. I don't know. It seems unlikely after all this time that they are investigating her. So let me get back to my list of stuff here. So the cell phone evidence, you know, we talk about that pinging at 6:16 a.m. on the morning. Her phone pinged in Frederick, Colorado, near Chris Watts' home while calling Jim, the guy. I think he's also a geologist. I don't know exactly how they met or who he is exactly. And this was during the approximate time that Chris would have been loading the bodies into the truck. Nichol Kessinger claimed to be at the gym, but it was never verified. I don't think they ever mentioned the gym besides Jim the person. And Jim was definitely not investigated. I don't know that he needed to be investigated, other than why was he talking to Nichol Kessinger that morning? If you think that NK was at the Watts house, just type accomplice in the comments. Let's see how many of you guys think that Nichol Kessinger was there. Yeah, Gerald, that thing that I've seen with the two people, I don't know if that's real. But I've seen it, and it does. At first, it kind of is like, whoa, I saw that. And then, I don't know, the shapes of the people are almost identical. And even though the shoes are different, like the silhouette is just like a shrunken version of the first one, I think. But I'm going to have to find that thing and look at it, and maybe I can cut out the silhouettes and see if I can get them to line up, because they could be different people. I don't know for sure. And let me see. I did come up with some other cases. If I can find my place here, you know, other cases where there's a lot of red flags. But I didn't write down what they did. Let me see. I'm going to Google some stuff for you guys. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'll just skip those. I need to do a little more research. I got notes on a couple cases where there was red flags where somebody deleted evidence off of their phone, but I can't see exactly. I didn't write down what the cases were. There's Newest Sive Incorporated versus Cormanis from 2019. The defendant's phone supposedly auto-deleted text after 30 days. I don't know if you guys have phones, but I don't think mine auto-delete ever. There's the Kanos. Let me see if I can find this one. This was a recent case. Oh, my goodness. This is not working. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to save this for another day. I got some basic information, but I found a bunch of cases where there's tampering with evidence. People have destroyed phones with hammers. You know, Nichol Kessinger was trying to destroy a SIM card. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. It's getting kind of late. I got to call my kids here in a little bit. But we can definitely continue this conversation once I find the trial stuff. I would like to actually play it. I think that would be a good topic to talk about. Watch Amber Frey give a testimony. And if I can't find the actual video of it, maybe there's like a recording of it. And if there's not a recording of it, maybe I could just find a transcript. That would also be good. Yeah, and let's see. I'm just looking through some of this stuff here. Yeah, I've got quite a bit more information, but they're just notes. I thought I would be able to remember them a little better. But yeah, guys, thank you for being here. I'm glad you guys were able to hang out for the live stream. I'm going to try to have a couple more late night ones. And Susie, that is a great point. I don't know why she was allowed to have her father there, why she needed him there. Why didn't she just get an attorney? Yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys hit that like button before we leave. Make sure YouTube knows you were here. And if you can, go back and watch the replay and let it play through. And also give a like there. If you guys ever have any like topics you want to talk about, just leave it in a comment. Even on like my trivia that I do, you can. I have my email addresses saved on my About Me page, so you could also send me an email if you want. But as always, guys, it's been great. Everyone have a good night.